Hello, my name is Shane. I'll be 40 next month, and I've been a lifelong passionate golfer. Last year I was involved in a major car accident with my wife. Thankfully we both survived, but it was probably a pretty close call. We were both airlifted to the hospital, where I spent 14 weeks recovering from breaking what feels like every bone in my body. I played golf right-handed for, 20, 30 years, and always maintained a sort of 5, 6, 7 handicap. In the last few weeks and months, as I start making a comeback to normal everyday life after such a long time rehabbing and recovering, and I still go through, physio multiple times a week and so on, I realized that the limitation I have in my wrist, where I can no longer bend it, my left wrist, means that through impact I can't release the club. I can just do this big body swing, but I can't release the club without any pain. It's quite sore. It's bone on bone pain, I believe, as the joint has collapsed. And so I was about to give up. I told my wife, I texted her one night and said, all right, that's it, I'm done with golf, I'm going to pack it in. And as luck would have it, the next night I met a colleague at a work dinner, and she is a collegiate golfer in the US and had a quick look at my limitations and said, why don't you try left-handed? And like any of us golf nuts would do, I was sitting at my dinner table and I was practicing releasing over to my right side as a left-handed golfer. And I was like, hey, that might work. So I texted my wife again 24 hours later and said, hey, I think the golf is back on. I'm going to try lefty. So that's where I'm at. That's where I am today. I'm in this field trying to figure out, a field that used to be a golf course, I believe. I'm trying to figure out how to swing lefty. I'm a complete beginner. I have no experience with swinging lefty other than having a couple of practice swings at the driving range and goofing around with my kids. I guess my hope is if I can learn lefty as a golfer after such traumatic injuries that I had, and I can go into the injuries in a different video, I guess, but if I can learn lefty golf after what I've been through, there's hope for a lot of people going through something similar. When I was in hospital, I was looking for inspiration. I wanted to see an example of someone who had been through some traumatic injuries and someone who'd broken as many bones as I'd broken and then got back to being functional and productive and useful and so on, and enjoyed the passions they used to enjoy in life. And for me, that person at the time was Jeremy Renner, the actor who played Hawkeye, I believe, in the Avengers. He he was run over by his snowplow a couple of months before I had my accident, and his injuries were very similar to mine, so I clung on to him. I watched his recovery. I looked at the exercises he was doing. I looked at the equipment he was using, and I said, if he can do it, I can do it. And so my real goal out of all these videos, albeit there's only one so far, my goal is to inspire other people that have had traumatic injuries or illnesses and somehow need to fight back and push through the recovery. Recovery takes a really long time. That's something I've learned. My goal is to inspire other people who are in a situation where I found myself completely unexpectedly to get back to the things that they love in their life, whether it's golf, tennis, football, it doesn't really matter what it is. I just want to show that eventually, if you put in the hours, you put in the time, you can get back to being get back to the things that you love. That's it. Get back to your passions. That's really what interests me at the moment. That's why I'm going to take on this challenge of lefty golf. It's my passion in life. It always has been. I've done swing speed challenges and all that kind of stuff right-handed, and it's all been taken away from me. And rather than pack it in and say, all right, that's it, I'm not going to be a golfer anymore, I'm determined to figure out how I can be a lefty. Hit a couple of shots here, see how we go. My swing speed obviously is way down. Hit a lot of toe balls, hit a couple of shanks. more. My preferred lies here in the field. Great. One more. Follow along. Let's see how we go.